Hi, this is Liz with Triathlete Magazine, and we're here with Chris Lieto, who will be racing tomorrow in Wildflower. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the preparation coming into this race with the difficult bike course?
Yeah, you have to, as far as prepare for the hills that you've heard about for Wildflower. You know, it's quite hilly. What's more challenging about this race than any other half Ironman race, in my view, is the bike course. The last 15 miles of the bike course is probably the most challenging. So you're finishing off a long leg with the most difficult piece to it, and then you got to get off and run a hard, hilly run. So you really have to have strength, but you also have to learn patience and build into this bike course. You can't go out at it super hard in the beginning. You have to build into it and make sure you have a lot of energy the last bit.
So do you do anything different nutritionally on the bike to make sure that you have that energy going into the run?
No, my nutrition is always the same with every race I approach. You know, it's always make sure you get fluids in. You want to make sure you get about 1 liter an hour is what I shoot for, especially at a race like this because it's so challenging and so hard and a lot of times really hot. You want to make sure you get as much fluid in as you can. So making sure you have that, make sure you get the calories in your bottles, the electrolytes, a little bit of amino acids that I add to it as well to make sure you get that in there for endurance and recovery. And just try to go out and make sure you start from the beginning getting that stuff in. If you miss it in the beginning, you can't make up for it later on. So you have to make sure from the get-go, as soon as you start on the bike, it's great because this course, within a mile, you're going up the climb. And it's a long climb, but a lot of people go too hard up it. It's important to stay relaxed. I like to stay seated, and that's the time to make sure I get my fluids in and make sure I start drinking right then and keep that going throughout the whole bike.
Right, thank you. And you mentioned that it can be very hot here, and so far all we've seen is rain. What are your thoughts on the weather for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it could be ideal tomorrow. You know, I hear a little bit of rain, but now I hear it may not rain, but it'll be cloudy. You know, I think it's going to be a high of 68, so it's kind of uncommon for this race. It's either freezing cold and raining really hard, or it's 100 degrees, so it's going to be good, and I think it'll be fast.
Okay, and can you talk a little bit about the rest of your plans leading up to Kona this year?
Yeah, this year I broke my season up into, I guess, 2 aspects. I have the first half of the year, which ends after Boise. I may push it to one more race post Boise. But it's just been about building fitness up to this point, trying to have a good race here as far as tomorrow, and then lead up into Boise as kind of a focus race for the first half of the year. And then I'll take a little rest. I'll take a couple weeks, not train very much, relax, spend time with the family, and then build back up for Kona. Not sure what the schedule's going to look like pre-Kona, but that's the main focus. So some races that will fit in, some Olympic distance races or half Ironmans leading into it maybe in September.
Okay, cool. Well, good luck tomorrow, and you can check back for more at triathletemag.com.